Hello, everyone. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today I have a very special guest. His name is Mohammad Reza Nikbakhsh, Mohammad for short. He is a karate champion who plays for Team Canada and has won multiple achievements, medals, and trophies for this country. He is the founder and instructor of his personal training studio, Nikbakhshfitness, which is located here in Toronto. He embarked on his athletic journey at the tender age of 9, diving headfirst into the world of sports. With a passion for discipline and dedication, he discovered a talent in the sport of karate, proudly representing both the Iranian and Canadian national teams. Competing at such a high level provided him with invaluable experiences and nurtured his deep understanding of physical fitness. In 2017, he made a life-changing decision to share his expertise and guide others in their fitness journeys. It is a profound joy for himself to witness the transformative power of fitness in the lives of those he has the privilege to teach. He firmly believes that true success lies in finding harmony between mind, body, and spirit. He wants to work with new, enthusiastic people and wants to unleash your full potential and achieve the results you desire. He ultimately wants you to join forces with himself to be on a better path to healthier, happier you. And now, Mr. Mohammad Reza Nikbakhsh joins me live. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, Daniel. I'm very good. How about you? Are you good?
Good, man. Good. Thank you so much for being here, brother. I really appreciate it.
For having me.
Yeah. So, I can start off by just saying, like, what made you become interested in karate? At the tender age of 9.
It's always, this is the first thing comes to people's mind, and this is the first question I always get asked. So the first time, it's funny, like I was always into Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and all the action movies that we had back in the day in Iran. But one day I went to a park to play football. In Canada, we call it soccer, but it's football. We were
Right.
playing football with one of my cousins, and apparently he got into a fight with a bigger boy, and I couldn't defend him. He got beaten up. I was like
Oh,
super pissed why I couldn't like do anything for him. And then my grandmother came, and that cousin of mine is one of the most she loves her. She loves him actually. So she was so mad at me that why I couldn't do anything. That
right.
from that day I was like so encouraged. I'm like, I need to learn how to defend at least my family mates.
Right.
I don't want to be a person who, when something happened, I just don't know what to do. I know fighting is bad, like that action was bad, but it was happening.
Right.
Now it's happening. What can you do? Nothing. I didn't want to be that person. So I went to a karate class and I started my journey.
That's nice. So the inspiration came from your cousin and the fight, not so much Bruce Lee, even though they were in the background.
No. I was always interested in watching them, but they didn't really encourage me to start a journey. But that day that I couldn't defend my family, that was the day that I was like, no, I need to figure this out.
Yeah, I understand completely. So now that you've figured it out and you've been this karate champion, what does a day look like in your life? Like, what do you do for like daily exercises?
Brother, to be honest, it's always different. It's different. Before, back in the day when I was in Iran, like obviously I was going to school, like I was in high school most of it. So it was like school, like the day always were starting with the school, and then after I'm coming from the school, little studying, and then go to karate, and the rest of the day was karate. This was my everyday. And when I came to Canada, life got a little bit different. It was like so, like I was so distracted because in here in North America, we are surrounded with so many things, and
Right.
distraction here is a lot.
Yeah.
That's why you always see people of the other side of the planet doing better in this kind of sports because they're not as distracted that we are here. So
Right.
in here, like it was a little bit like for like few years I couldn't, like I was finding myself out and I didn't know what actually I am. So it was not as professional as it should be, but nowadays it's I have 2 trainings a day.
Right.
I'm working, obviously, like I'm working from 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock that I finish my boot camps, and I put 2 trainings between my clients and stuff, and I follow a proper diet. So like I have to have meal preps at night and stuff. And thanks to air fryer, this is like so easy right now.
No, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I do during the day.
That's perfect, man. Yeah, yeah. And also I wanted to know, so in general, like every athlete goes through many difficult, activities to reach a certain, pinnacle of their career. What made
Mhm.
you feel like resilient through tough times? What advice did you keep like giving yourself to push through?
Thanks to martial arts teaches you discipline,
Right,
teaches you how to control your mind. I didn't know what this means for a long time. I was just doing it and I learned how to do it without actually know what is it that I'm
right.
doing. Till 2019, when I was training for Pan Am Championships, my sensei was like standing there and like keep asking me to do techniques, and I was done, like no energy. But he was standing back there with a whip, with a stick. He was like, if you slow down, I'll actually hit you. Like he was like hitting me, but he didn't want to hit me, like he was like
Yeah,
just putting mental pressure on me that I know
right.
if I stop, something gonna hit me. So I'll be under like pain.
Yeah, yeah,
Therefore, I will keep going, keep going, keep going. And when you're doing that, nothing you can think about. You're only thinking about how dead you are and that moment. And you just can't move. Like all your energy is gone.
right. Yeah,
After you do this repeatedly,
yeah,
you will actually like meditating without knowing. So you are under a forced meditation. Why? Because you're only thinking about one thing. You're not thinking about your wife. You're not thinking about your girlfriend. You're not thinking about anything.
yeah.
Now I'm separating wife and girlfriend, like wife and you have a girlfriend. No, that's not what I meant. Sorry. I was talking about in general. Like you're not thinking about
Think
your
about
family
anything in
or
general,
work.
right? You just
Well, you're
focus on
just
that one
thinking
thing.
about that
Yeah,
thing. And what
yeah.
meditation is, just think about your breathing, something like that, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So,
understand.
so that feeling that I was getting from it, I felt really centered. Like I was looking at the world within my chest. Like, like I felt like I'm sitting here and I'm seeing the world and everything is calm and I'm like witnessing everything.
Right.
After the training finished and we went to the competition, it was one of my best competitions. And I got bronze that year in Team Kumite. Brother, I lost it. And I was like I was searching for it. I was searching for it for such a long time. But since Anush was not there, my sensei, Anush was not there, I couldn't get this. And I'm like, where is this feeling? How can I feel like I really want to feel that way again?
Right.
Till till I got introduced to Wim Hof. Wim Hof, maybe you guys know him, or maybe if you don't, please go do research on him and study about him. He's known as Iceman.
Okay.
He does some cool stuff.
Okay.
He does like cold exposure. He goes to the ice. He goes to a bath, like cold bath and stuff.
Right.
And the main reasons that he does this is a forced meditation. Like when you go there, it's the same thing as a high intensity training. You can't really think about anything else. You are only thinking about how cold that water is. And is that water going to kill you? No, there's absolutely no way that that water kill you in like 2 minutes.
You're right.
But when you're there, you're just feeling the pain. And then when you learn how to let go and calm yourself down and focus on your breathing in that pressure,
Right.
you can actually focus and see the world within your chest.
Uh-huh.
All everything else is moving slow.
Oh, that's
That
that's
is that is something that really
that's
helped
beautiful, man. Yeah, that's beautiful to say. Was he the reason you're doing the ice baths on your stories that I see? Is that
him. Yes, him and Huberman. It's like I have so many prophets these days, man. Like honestly, him and Andrew Huberman got into like I learned about them in a same time. It was like in a matter of week. So I learned about both of them. And then I started to listen to his podcast about cold exposure, about the dopamine and mindset.
Right.
And then Wim Hof that is doing this professionally, and he's like really into it, and he's bringing a new science base of this. And then I combine them together, and nowadays ice bath is within my daily routine. So yes,
Yeah, that's
that's
great to
what
hear,
we
man.
want.
That's perfect. And what kind of made you become a personal trainer in general? I know you were like in karate, winning all these medals for the country, but what kind of made you shift from being like a karate sensei, like karate student, black belt champion to a personal trainer? That's two different things.
Well, to be honest with you, in 2018, I got into I will call it injury. Yeah, I don't want to get into details and stuff
Sure.
because that's not the question. Is like how I got injured,
Mhm.
but I got injured pretty bad, and it was not in karate. It didn't happen in karate.
Right.
So after I got done, like I was like totally done, and the doctor told me you can't even do anything. Like you can't even jog. If you jog, it's a risk, like because your spine is not in a good situation, is not in a good shape, and you're going to damage it if you like do any activities. So
Yeah.
you're done. He told me that, and I believe that, but I was not really happy with the thing. Like, I didn't want to believe that. I'm like, if I don't move around, if I don't do sports, what am I like this is what makes me happy, and I live this way.
Yeah, I understand, man. And
So after that happened, when I went
yeah,
back to Canada, like this thing happened in Iran. I came back to Canada.
right.
My one person which I was following on Instagram. No, sorry, not Instagram. Back there was Facebook. I was following her on Facebook. She messages me and be like, Mo, like I don't see you working out. Like I don't see training videos. I don't see uh like nothing. I just see you posting in shisha places. Your friends are smoking shisha, and like, what is it? Like, aren't you an athlete?
Right.
Like, to be honest, no, not anymore. My
Oh,
doctor told me that I can't do anything. She
right.
was like, do you want to believe that, or do you want to fix that? I'm like, well, this is a reality, but do you think you can help me? She's like, I can absolutely help you, but you need to trust me. I'm like, sure. She's like, okay, send me like your MRIs, your CT scans and stuff, and then wait for me to get back to you. I'm like, sure. And I really wanted to trust her. I didn't know like if I should, but I really wanted to because she was speaking about my happiness. Doctors were like, doctors, I believe they always say, stop, don't do to not to get unhealthy.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
That thing itself is unhealthy in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So I wanted to believe in her, which I did the right thing. I
Yeah.
believed in her. I sent her my stuff. She sent me a book and a training plan. She's like, okay, these are the training plan for today, and I'm going to send you this daily. And every time I send you this, I need videos of you doing it to
Mm.
make sure that you're doing it. I'm like, sure. And it's like, in 2 weeks, we're going through this book. So in 2 weeks, you need to finish this book. So you know about the anatomy and everything, the
Right.
physiology.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure. So I studied that. I kept doing the training. After 6 months, I had a team selection for the national team again.
Okay.
That year, I was sure that I would lose my spot on a team,
Right.
but I nailed it. I got third that year. I lost to one of the best fighters in Canada, which is Nick Rivet, one of my good friends. And like, I nailed it. I killed it. I got third, and I kept my spot on the team, even though I was sure
Wow.
that I lost it.
Yeah.
But in this 6 months, I was studying a book about human anatomy and physiology, as I mentioned earlier, every 2 weeks.
Hmm.
So knew a lot. And I got back on my feet by her trainings. And when I combine everything, I was like, I had knowledge to fix a person. Like like not academically, but I was like studying, and I was sure about myself. Therefore, I was not as a job. I was training with a bunch of my friends. down in my basement with TRX, with some resistant bands that it was like everybody were using it on COVID time and stuff. I was using them back then in my basement because at the beginning of my injury, I didn't want to go to the gym, to be honest,
Yeah.
because I'm not really in shape and I was always in shape. It was like kind of feeling bad. And all my coaches gave up on me. So I used to only work out and down in my basement. And then one of my good friends in Canada, which is a DJ and is running Persian events and stuff, you probably know him, Aras, with a very beautiful hair.
Sure.
So he hosts Persian events. I know you're not really in Persian community, but yeah, he hosts some Persian events. I was there in one of his events, and he like it was a karaoke night. He asked me to come and sing. When I sang, he was like, yeah, let's clap for Mo. He's not only a good singer, he's a champion in Canada, and he's also a personal trainer. I'm like, personal trainer. And then I remembered I post some stories of those working out with bunch of my friends, which
Ah,
mainly girls. And
right.
it was down in my basement. So he was trying to make a silly joke that I'm training people in bedrooms and stuff. So he was trying to make that joke, but that joke went really serious. And one person reached me out that night and she told me that she's a single mom. She has 4 kids. She doesn't have time to get them to the gym. So she wants me to go there to their house and train those kids and teach them
Right.
karate and fitness.
Right.
And that's how my career started. So,
Nice.
yes, so like
So it's up to the
they
DJ.
asked me to come and now,
So it's up to the DJ. You need to know a DJ for you to get their name out there.
yeah, Aras. I always tell him, like every once in a while, I message him and be like, Aras, I have my business from you. Thank you so much.
Well, the sponsor for this interview is DJR, as I realize.
Yes.
That's great to hear. So it's kind of funny how this whole story kind of made you go on the path and the journey of you becoming a personal trainer. And I'll put the website link to your training business, of course, nikbakhshfitness.com .com. Is it .com?
.ca actually. It
.ca.
used to be .com. Somebody stole it, and they're trying to sell it to me for $4,000. I'm like,
Wow. nikbakhshfitness.ca. Check it out. I'll put it in the description down below for all of you.
thank you.
Mohammed, the next thing I want to ask you, so being on Team Canada is an achievement in itself, but what type of achievements have really just stood out to you personally? Like what type of, gold or silver or bronze medal kind of like just spoke out to you? You worked really hard for and you earned it.
So sorry, I didn't get the question. Are you asking me that how I got on the team, or what is my goal?
No, no, like what medals that you got really just stood out to you, like that you really appreciated, because you worked hard towards it. Like, which medal, like from the Pan Am competitions, the regular karate competition.
There, back in the day, getting medals and achieving medals was actually a serious matter for me,
Right,
and it still is, but it's not everything. I believe that working for a reward is so depressing. It's like you are not living till you get rewarded with something. Now I believe that you need to love every moment of your life. And if you do your best in every moment, you might get rewarded, but
right,
don't look for that reward. Like
exactly.
right now, I know that karate is something that I love and I enjoy. Every time I'm in a dojo, I'm just focusing and putting my mind on my techniques, on my strategies, onto like these chess games between fighters when we are fighting to give them like something, they get distracted, you give them a punch, like all these chess games.
Right,
I love it. I enjoy it. And when you do these in a good way and you keep practicing and you become good at it, obviously reward comes.
right,
So
yeah,
yeah, so I just train every day hard. I keep my diet every day hard. And if somebody reward me, I will thank them. Thank you. I'll fight. I'll fight in every tournament. Like I went to Korea, like right now because I'm already seated in the nationals, so I don't need to fight in Karate Ontario. But I'm fighting anyway because I love to be there. This last time I went there, there were no fighters. All my opponents were injured or not injured because now at this point they can't make it to the top three. They quit. But I was still there. I was still there hoping somebody to show up because I love karate. I want to be there. And I will keep doing it. And when you do Ontario, next step is nationals. When you do good in nationals, next step is Pan Ams and World Championships
Yeah,
and all over. So but before you're asking me about the medals, that really means a lot to me.
right.
It was actually the beginning of my new journey that happened, that started from last year, that I got into this spirituality and meditations and these mind games and stuff. US Open was the tournament that I actually got silver. That honestly, I was experiencing a COVID.
Uh-huh.
Like I was under influence of COVID, but I didn't know that it's COVID. I thought I just got cold,
Yeah.
and all my tests and everything was negative. And with
Oh,
and with a huge fever, I went to a fight, and it turned out in a very good way. And I was like
yeah.
top
Got
of
the
it.
silver.
I got the silver, yes, and I actually lost to a Canadian. I
Oh,
lost to a Canadian. Is also on the team. He's also on the team. But yeah, so I was proud. Like, and the reason that I lost was not thing. It was not the COVID. The
right.
reason that I lost was like in semi-final, I got spasm in my back.
Oh,
Therefore, I couldn't really move. And then my sensei encouraged me, is like, yeah, just go do a fight. I know you can't move, but just
so
go there.
that
Don't
happened in the semifinals, going
It
into the
happened in the
finals.
semi-final.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it was at the end of the fight, it finished. It
Uh-huh.
was like the score was already high when that happened. Like I was like 5-0 winning, and then when that happened, I just controlled the distance and stuff, so the fight got over. And then I went to
Oh,
final, and I just couldn't carry it back that time.
well, that's fine. I mean, you didn't lose anyway because Canada won the gold, no matter
Exactly, we
what.
both got the thing, yeah, and US got a third, so it was
Third. So
yeah.
Canada got gold and silver. That's amazing, man. That's amazing to hear. So Mo, kind of shifting towards more personal questions now, not general ones.
Mhm.
What's like your favorite karate movie? Do you have one? And do you watch many?
Well, yes, of course. I love the spinning back kick. I
Spinning
love,
back.
oof. Because I remember when my sensei, first sensei, which always I mention him as my second father, he's Sensei Jahanbakhsh Naseri Us. He's living in Iran. I always have so much respect for him. He
Right,
changed my life. He
right.
influenced my life in a better way. So when he was teaching me the technique, he was teaching the class actually. He was like, "This is the most dangerous technique in karate." And him by saying this made me so interested. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
what is this?
Yeah,
I wanna learn this. This is why I'm here.
right.
What's the most dangerous technique? And then he explained, yeah, you turn, you kick right into the stomach. And from that time, that thing is my thing. Like I love it. I've done it in so many competitions in such a crucial moment. I have actually a good video. I pinned it on my top of my Instagram. I love it. So I do it in front of Guatemala in a semi-final in Pan Am Championships. And it was like all Team Canada is going up and down. Like I love it. Like it just this technique sits in my heart.
Perfect. It's on your Instagram?
Yes, and like actually pinned it on top of it. So
Pin
it's
it
a
on
still
top.
video.
So I'll put
Yeah.
it in this video then for people to see. So I'm gonna go check it out later because
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of your videos. I haven't seen that. Because I look up to you, man. Yeah.
You
For
as
those of
well.
you who don't know, I started karate when I was 8 and I went to when I was 12. But when I was 12, there was a lot of things going on in my life. I just couldn't handle karate and doing other extracurricular activities. So I gave up on karate. And then I started a couple years back, actually 2 years ago. and then I stopped because I'm in the middle of university. I just couldn't handle the stress of school and karate.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking to myself, after I finish my bachelor's degree, go back to karate. And the main inspiration of karate stemmed from not only piroozvarasteh, who is not with
Oof.
us anymore, but I got the privilege to see him when I was a kid, and I just remember him in the dojo, and I was like, wow, like you're the reason I'm here. And then I was at that age where I was watching The Karate Kid with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan, and that movie really just made me more interested in karate. And I think you know Sensei Peter, right? Right. So Sensei Peter Us, he works with nassimvarasteh, was the coach of Team Canada, the women's team. Again, Us,
Yes,
the
us.
I worked underneath both of them. Yeah. So it's just a privilege to just work with those athletes and just talk with you right now. It's amazing, man. You really just give a lot of positive vibes,
And
man.
now you're speaking about all these senseis from kanzenkai. I have to show you this. So this tattoo is belong to Kanzen Ryu. So this says Kanzen Ryu karate do,
Right.
and belongs to Sensei Farhad Varaste. Like
Hmm.
Sensei Farhad Varaste invented this style,
Right.
and
He did.
now Sensei Nassim is continuing the legacy in Kanzenkai,
Yep.
which is in Canada.
Yep.
And yes, I grew up in Kanzenkai.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I was there for like 10 years. Not now, I'm not training in there anymore,
Yeah.
but I always have respect for them and I always love them. Like, they're great people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
They're
yeah,
great.
so I know them very well.
Yeah, that's great to hear, man. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Nassim and her brother Piruz Varasteh, they're the son and daughter of Farhad Varasteh, who invented this whole thing called kanzenkai. That's a tech, like
Kanzen
a,
Ryu.
yeah, kanzen ryu. It's a style of karate that he invented back in the day, and it's been working tremendously well because so many students underneath, Piruz and Nassim have prospered and have made it to the championships. For instance, Mahta Garari, she's amazing, and she is on the Team Canada, doing so well. So I'm hoping I can get her on my interview as well.
Great. Yes, Mahta is such an amazing person as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and just on another note, Sensei Farhad Varaste is the person who brought the karate in Iran for the first time as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Before him, there
'cause-
was no karate in Iran.
yeah. Because when I remember when my dad was a kid, he was like, "There's this guy." Like his friends in school were talking about, "Yeah, there's this guy who just came to Iran. He bought this thing called karate. We should go check it out." And then it kind of came over here to the West in Canada, and
Mhm.
it's been amazing. Just check them out, kanzenkai. I'll put the link as well to their website as well. Great people. I've worked with them since I was a kid, a couple years ago as well, and I'm hoping to go back to the dojo after I finish my degree. So let's see
Perfect.
what happens. So, Mo, in general, what type of recommendations do you give people to, start eating healthier? Like what type of nutritious meals would you recommend?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do I like? You're asking me to tell you that what people should eat?
Yeah, like in general. Is it
So
different with every
it
person?
obviously it varies for every person,
Right,
and like for every person, for every goal, and for every body situation is different. But in general, if I want to say something, please, please, please do not forget about your greens. Always have it. If
right.
you're living in Canada, make sure you have vitamin D, but talk to the doctor first. But vitamin D is something that most of us are not getting enough. So we have to take care of that for sure. And eating clean. Don't eat out. Don't eat junk food,
Yep.
fast food. Don't do it.
It's
Nothing.
hard, but start to not do it. It's very hard.
It's hard, but we make it hard.
Right,
It's not hard itself. We make it hard because of all the distractions that is around us. We are
right,
distracting
exactly.
ourselves with our phones, with our social media and stuff. My job is based on social media, but I try to stay off of it and don't check myself. Like I have to post a lot in order to
Yeah,
business going, but
right.
I'll always try to stay away from it, especially when I wake up. That's the
Yep.
time you shouldn't go and check what is happening in other people's life because you need to experience it yourself. And
Yeah.
if you don't do these stuff, honestly, not having bad food is not really hard thing. It's only hard when you're distracted and
Yeah. That's right. That's so
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear, man. So just be mindful of your distractions, eat more greens like Mo said, and yeah, just do that and you'll be on a healthier journey. As we reach the 2 minute mark, Mo, I just want to thank you first and foremost for coming on the show. But last question, what type of advice would you want to give someone who wants to be a karate champion like yourself or a personal trainer?
Just love what you do and trust the journey, and the rest will happen itself.
Perfect.
Just let go.
Couldn't have said it better, man. Short, simple. That's beautiful, man. So, Mohammad Reza Nekbash, thank you so much, brother, for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Thank you for coming, Mohammad Reza Nekbash. Everyone, you can follow him on his Instagram, and you can check out his Fitness website as well. I'll put the link in the description down for all.
Actually, Nikbakhsh on Instagram, MOE. But
I'm
thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
Moe Nikbakhsh on
this.
Instagram. Yeah, check out his social handles. I'll put it in the link description down below. As always, thank you guys and have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day, Daniel.